Hello and welcome back to the Joyful Soul Creates. Lady Joyful here, and today I'm excited to be taking part in Micah's 2000 subscribers video hop. It's a great milestone to have reached and one I can only hope to reach one day. The theme for this video hop is celebrate or celebration, so I decided to make a birthday card using this cute penguin cupcake stamp from Bugaboo. And there'll be a link to the stamp down below. I printed it onto some alcohol marker friendly paper, used a Sizzix circle die to cut it out, and now I am colouring it in with Yuzu alcohol markers, and I'm using my darkest greys for this, which just happen to be cool greys. They're not they don't give quite as dark a black as I would normally like, which is why I started with my lightest colour to give an all over coverage, just to help start building up the layers. Normally I work from darkest to lightest, but doing it this way helps build up the layers more and give a deeper black. And then I'm going back over it all again just to make it even darker. I'm putting my shadow on the left hand side and keeping the lighter areas on the right hand side. And again working from this, so I worked from light to dark and then dark back to light. Next I'm going to colour in the penguin's foot and beak, and I'm using orange Spectrum Noir markers, GY2 and BO2. And here again I worked from lightest to darkest, then just blending it back out, and I brought in my lightest grey, which is again Yuzu marker, just to add some shading to the white areas of the penguin, just to give a bit more dimension and to help it 3D. Next I will move on to colouring. Oh, first I will blend out the shadows just to make them look a bit more natural. And then I will move on to colouring the balloons and the hat. So I decided I would keep my colours quite simple, and I'm using red, blue and green for the balloons, and I will also bring those across to the hat and the cupcake wrapper. So first I did the backmost balloon in red, and I'm using the same red to colour in the dots on the cupcake wrapper. These are again Yuzu markers because I don't have red Spectrum Noirs, and I'm using them on the hat as well, again putting the shadow to the left hand side. Then I'm blending it out with my lighter red, and the same with the hat, and then I will do the same on the cupcake wrapper's dots. And at some point I smudged the red a bit, but off camera I managed to remove most of that with my blender pen. I will use my Spectrum Noirs again to colour in the blue balloon, and I go over this a couple of times just to get the depth of colour that I want. And I will use this same blue to do the other stripes on the penguin's hat. And just whilst I'm colouring, I shall tell you a bit more about the hop. So this is to celebrate Micah's milestone of reaching 2,000 YouTube subscribers, which is a great achievement, and there's a fair few of us taking part in the hop. The full list will be in the description down below, so you can start at any point and hop along. All of us are giving away the cards we have made, so if you leave a comment you can be eligible to win this card if you comment on my video, and if you comment on the other videos you can be put into the draw to win their cards. and some of us also have extra goodies to give away as well. I'm going to find some things from my stash to give away with the card. I haven't decided what yet, but there will be something extra to give away with it. So you just need to leave a comment down below, as I said, and hop along to see what everyone else has made. So now I'm colouring the green balloon using Spectrum Noir markers again, and I use 3 shades here and on the cupcake as well. The darkest shade I used was a little bit difficult to blend out, so I had to work over it quite a bit. I think some of my colours are not quite right. I have heard that there was a batch of Spectrum Noirs that had the wrong colours, and I think some of mine are from that batch, but I'm not certain. I need to try and work that out. But anyway, so these colours might not actually match what you have. Now I'm going in with my lightest green just to finish blending out the balloon, and then I will go and do the same to the cupcake wrapper. And then once that is done, I will move on to colouring the icing and the cupcake itself. So I'm using Caramel Spectrum Noir to put in the deepest shadows to the icing area. I wanted the icing to appear like white icing, which tends to have a kind of creamy colour to it. And I'm using eggshell just to blend that out. So I didn't want to add too much colour, but just a hint of shading. And I didn't think grey would be right for this. And I'm going to use my blender pen just to blend that all through and soften it up. Then for the cupcake itself, I will use some browns, combination of Spectrum Noir and Yuzu just to get the colour that I want. Again, I'm laying in my shadow on the left hand side and going across underneath the icing, and then bringing it with my mid-tone, and then I will go across the whole thing with my lightest colour, which was the Yuzu marker. Just blend that all out, and then I decided to go back in and add some texture with the darkest brown, I think it was. Oh no, a different dark brown. This is a Yuzu marker. Then I created my background. I used this Darice embossing folder on some white card, and I coated my card base with double-sided tape. I find that folding one corner of the release paper down helps me to make sure I can get it all lined up before I get it stuck in place, rather than if I remove all of the release paper, I tend to manage to catch it and then I can't get it down straight and it ends up being a pain. So this way works better for me. Although sometimes the release paper doesn't want to come off properly, as you can see. But I got there in the end. And then I adhered the the panel was very slightly smaller than the card base, so I trimmed that off, and then I adhered my coloured panel with foam tape. And as a finishing touch, I added some Wink of Stella to the balloons, the hat, and the cupcake wrapper. I had to be very careful doing this because my printer ink is not waterproof, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't smudge the black lines across my image, because I have done that before. It's not fun. As I previously mentioned, you can win this card and a couple of other little goodies by leaving a comment down below. You have 48 hours from the time this goes live to leave your comment, so I will be picking a winner on Monday, and the winner will be announced on Tuesday, and everyone else in the hop is also offering their card and maybe something else as a prize, so be sure to check the description box below to see all the details on where to hop next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!